Hello! Not done this for a little while. We're in the bowels of autumn now, and I've had inspiration. You know who? Someone from Canada who put up a couple of videos, well, several videos. Sadly, I didn't catch them live, but we're back at Lwr Sydenham again by the river. As far as I know, it's the Pool River, and yes, I've done some shopping, food and pet provisions again. Come down on the train and got some stuff. Unfortunately, the autumn colour here in UKGB is less than glamorous, unlike other places. But we're by the bridge, and hopefully we can find somewhere for me to sit down. We'll go through what I've bought anyway. But October literally was the worst month for rain here. It was totally abysmal, and it must have been the wettest October on record. And if it wasn't, I've never known anything like it. Anyway, we're by the bridge at Lwr Sydenham. Some graffiti in reverse there. And I'd like to swap this round, switch it round. There we go, normal view. And we're down by the Pool River at Lwr Sydenham. Many years ago, this was such a heavily industrialised area. It's nice to see that, although channelled, I have seen a moorhen bird, water bird. It does look a bit more natural. Still looks pretty nice, but there's so much water. We've had so much rain. Anyway, let's make our way down again. Been here before, earlier in the year. It was probably about May time, I should imagine, when my cat was getting her needles. It's dry. It's a bit grey, but at least it's dry, that's all I can say. And it's a relief to finally have a bit of dry weather. Oh, lots of bicycles going past. Will we get a dog invasion? I do not know. We may well get a dog invasion at some point. Not guaranteed, but it's just the juddering up and down as I'm walking along. That's the issue. I've never been the most stable of individuals. The Pool River's looking rather muddy. Allegedly, I am coming at you live. Fitness freaks. You always get the odd fitness freak. As I said, not too much autumn colour to speak of. Maybe they're just not the type of trees, or they're late. Something about the location. We've got a cherry tree starting to turn. Got some yellow leaves on it. I can hear sparrows in the background. And this is basically the end of it again. Some rocks brought in. Just a low area there with reeds and stuff in it. And Acer campestre, field maple. They have quite nice mustard yellow leaf colour in the autumn. And now we're against the sun, so it's going to look a bit on the blurry side. High contrast. And yes, my arm is already hurting. I suppose I better find a bench to sit on. Not been feeling the best of recent. And earlier today, not feeling perfect. Even now I'm not 100%, but since shopping and coming out, I'm feeling ever so slightly better. How long it'll last, I don't know. Bin. So, what did we get? I love these. Root, vegetable and sea salt crisps. These are lush. And they come from Aldi, so I've been to Aldi. And these are really nice. Not quite a dog invasion, but yeah, very nice. I love these. When I'm in the mood, I'll munch on some of these. Got 2 packets of them. Root vegetable sea salt from Aldi. They've got their own brand of basically pepperami, Meatster pepperami. So I thought I'll get some of them, give them a go. 2 boxes of mussels, wine sauce, and with garlic and butter. There's 2 of them. Some cyclamen, so no doubt I'll plant them out the back. But I've already got a load and load of cyclamen babies that have come up from last year's plant that self-seeded. Literally, I got so many that seeded themselves in the pot, and I transferred them. So there's cyclamen. You can just about see the flowers coming. Cat 2 sticks for Esmaflorine. To be fair, I'd wish they came in one of them metal pop tubes, and there was some other way of wrapping them up, because this full plastic stuff is no good for the environment. But I don't know, they're just not interested on saving the planet these days, are they? I prefer them coming in like a tube in paper or something like that. I thought I'd treat myself to some fudge, clotted cream fudge. I like it when it's crystalline. There's a particular taste of fudge when it's crystalline and nice and buttery. I don't like it when it's too waxy. I like it when it's crystalline and intense in flavour. So that's a nice treat. And the cold latte coffees. And as you can see, I've also been to Pets at Home and got guinea pig muesli and nuggets for Eros and Roma. And at the bottom is wood shavings for Eros and Roma. And we've also got underneath here more beech wood chip for Esma Florine's kitty litter. I don't use cat sand or anything like that crystalline stuff anymore. I use beech wood chips, and all the poop goes straight into the toilet anyway, so when it comes to changing the litter tray with these wood chips, I just spread it all out the front underneath the hedge, and it's basically a mulch. It says I'm live, but nobody's turned up yet. Nobody's even watching. Anyway, I also got a nice bottle of cider. And let's see if I can open that, do my trick with the buggy. Put it down here. Let's see if I can do my trick. First time on here. Probably not first time. Whee! Yep. First time. No sign of the lid anywhere. First time. Lovely. Nice sit down. Oh, yeah. As you know, I've been up and down like a complete yo-yo last few days, but then again, in the last month, I really have been overdoing it, to say the least, with the Ingress game. That's the blue and green fields game. It all started at IKEA Croydon, remember, when I managed to link IKEA Croydon Twin Towers with the Skimmington Castle pub at Reigate. I then opened Intel Map and it just went to shit, basically. All hell broke loose for me, and it was just build using Cheam anchors and Croydon, and I went down the railway from Croydon to East Grinstead and Woldingham. I've done that once. I've still got keys. I'm keeping it alive. Apart from Oxted, which I linked up one last time, and that was the last key, so that's gone now. No one else bothered to charge it. But part of that field is still there, and then after that it went even more crazy, because the trolls, or the female trolls, shale trolls and Sahana trolls, they decided, oh, we're going to knock out one portal, the White Bear at Warlingham. So it ended up, they knocked out the White Bear at Warlingham. And then I thought, what can I do now? And then I thought, oh, sod it, I'll go to Biggin Hill, where the aerodrome is, and I'll do an anchor there. And then I got as far as Biggin Hill. Alright. And then I thought, sod it, I'll go even further. So I ended up getting a bus all the way to Tatsfield, right to the end of the line, the old ship at Tatsfield. And I decided I'm well out of the way here, so I collected keys for the old ship at Tatsfield and it's just crazy. The sun's really getting crazy now, and so I ended up using that pool as well as, oh god, flipping neck, Croydon, Addington, let's say Addington Village. It was either Coombe Lane, the U Tower, Hubble Bubble Cauldron, something like that. All Shirley Hills, edge of Shirley Hills. Nice blue sky behind now. And I kept swapping that end. Wildflower 56, E&L, knocked it out a couple of times. She knocked it out, recaptured Coombe Lane. All she done was attach it to her own fields, so there's no derps or anything to block me. So I thought, sod it, I'll go to Heathfield House and I'll just use the ones down there, and just threw it all up again. And it went from the fiberglass cow at Keston at Shire Lane, the other anchor, and then it ended up at Green Street Green, and then Wildflower knocked out Green Street Green, so I ended up adding another layer at High Elms, and then the most recent one, and I put in the second captured portal at High Elms, so I ended up with 2 at High Elms, making the field 8 fields deep. And last night, yesterday was a hard and long day on ingress, punishing myself. I do punish myself. And then I went back to the Hubble Bubble Cauldron and Bramley Bank near near, what was it? Heathfield House. I went back there, pitch black, with only my phone light to guide me. 2 videos, one on the approach and one actually doing it, and I rebuilt it all again because I flipped and knocked the portal out, and then I swapped the other one back to Ada, which is blue, and then I just fired it all out again because I had a SoftBank Ultra Link on it. I was managed to do all outbound links, and in that video Onyx Illuminator came up, which was brilliant. I thought I'd have to literally turn the game off and back on again to get the notification for the badge, but I didn't. Onyx Illuminator just come up on the screen. It was like, way! And I'm so glad that I managed to get it done before. I'm really disappointed, but we're going into another nationwide lockdown here in the UKGB. I'm not very happy about it. I'm quite disappointed, but I'm glad that I managed to get Onyx Illuminator on ingress out of the way before lockdown number 2. Honestly, it does feel like we are the guinea pigs of the planet. The British are the guinea pigs of the planet for this COVID-19, because we're going through so much utter shit right now. Everything the government does just makes us more and more and more miserable. Road blockades, curfews before 10 o'clock at night. Honestly, it's just, they're doing their best to make our lives a complete, utter fucking misery. And it's only going to get worse, I'm afraid. Not good at all. So I'm glad that I've done it on ingress before the lockdown. But now I need some rest, I really do. Got a very slight headache, wobbly, sore, can't really walk properly. I've had this problem since January, since possible virus, whether that was COVID or just virus, and I decided to name it that. But I've been suffering with long tail symptoms, or even 5G, fuck knows what it is. No, but we still don't know. We're all hidden in the dark still. But I've been suffering from this illness, or whatever it is, since January. and the symptoms keep changing. I feel like I'm getting better, getting worse, getting better, getting worse. But I'm overdoing it, and that has not helped. It's not helped at all. So hopefully from now I can tone it down, get some rest. Not that it'll do me any good, because I need to carry on doing things. I've got such a backlog in me flat. Things need doing, and I can't even look after myself anymore. I struggle so much. Even my flipping ear, my ears are affected. My ears are sore. It's like being in a room full of smokers and your ears start hurting and ringing. That's what it's like sometimes. My ears will be ringing and hurting, along with my wobbliness, very slight headache. Oh, it's a nightmare. But yeah, I'll probably put a couple of videos up later of the end of my Ingress Onyx Illuminator campaign. I doubt if anyone will watch them, but I'm going to put them up anyway. Oh. Still drinking me cider. Bit underwhelmed by the autumn colours around here, to be fair. It's better outside the front of my flat, and sadly the mountain ash, the Sorbus alciparia, it started to die last year or the year before, and within the last 3 or 4 days there's been mushrooms at the base above the ground where the roots are, so that's basically a death sentence for that mountain ash tree. It got heat shock or sun shock last winter or the winter before. It's just the environment, it's getting too warm, and we're losing so many different trees now. It's terrifying, and I'm not well enough to plant trees quick enough. I've got trees to plant and I'm just not well enough to do it. I managed to put in a medlar on the railway park recently, but I've got another apple tree to go in, hopefully on the allotment. And it's just, you've got to plant trees, you've got to keep planting trees, because we need to suck up all this water. But it's the environment, it's the air that we breathe and the water. Train going past. Sadly, it hasn't got "I love eggs" all over it. "I love eggs" graffiti is literally got more London in lockdown in the lockdown. Yeah, so very sad situation with the mountain ash tree right outside my living room and bedroom window. Hopefully when it does fall over it won't go through my window. I can't remove it myself. The council will either remove it themselves or it will fall down. I should imagine it will take it falling down before they dispose of it. It's just the way it is. As far as I know, I'm live, but no one's turned up. There is a little bit of blue sky, mainly cloud, but anyway. The water in the river pool is high. I don't know if I'll fancy carrying on walking. There isn't really much to see here. We've only had one tiny little dog go past, and there's not much autumn colour, I'm afraid. Bit of a deflation, to be honest. So I think what I'll do, I'll end it here. But I've gone live on Facebook again, which I haven't done for quite a while. And I managed to get the lid off this first time on the buggy. That's my trick. Anyway, no doubt some of you guys will see this video a bit later. I'm going to share it now, and some people might see it once it's shared. Now it's just a case of walking back to Lwr Sydenham station. walk back to Lwr Sydenham station and back onto the train and home again basically. And I think this video is probably long enough as it is. Things you don't always get alerts for this kind of thing, I'm afraid. It's the same with YouTube. You used to get like a ping on YouTube and you get an alert when someone goes live or a new video comes up, but it doesn't always happen now. It's weird. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. Finito. Let's find that finito button. Where is it? Oh, there it is. You guys will probably see this a bit later when I share it. Okay. Bye for now.